All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. An absolute bombshell. Just when we thought maybe leading up to the World Cup, there's going to be no other exciting news and controversial news, and we're going to be focused on the World Cup. The world of football has been rocked by the interview that's apparently going to be telecast. I don't know exactly when, but it's been done by Piers Morgan. Cristiano Ronaldo comes out and drops a bombshell and gives his 2 cents, more than 2 cents, about Man United. And there's a lot of Chelsea fans that are worried that Cristiano Ronaldo is possibly coming to Chelsea Football Club now. This is why I've got my bad boy Ryan in the house to talk about all this, because we have to. This is what we do. We react. Yeah, Ryan, my boy. How you doing?
We're getting Cristiano Ronaldo.
See?
Sweet. Yeah. Nah, bro. Crazy. Because we actually plan to come here to do another video, and then all of a sudden, it DM me. I was like, "Whoa, Cristiano bombshell." And then I saw your smile when you first came up. I was like, that smile is not about Manchester United. That smile is about Chelsea. Because this guy, since May, has wanted Cristiano Ronaldo at Chelsea. So you look so happy, bro. For a guy that lose 3 matches on your bones. You look
shameless,
bro.
bro.
You have a glow on your face, bro.
Shameless, bro. I'm so shameless. Look, before the entire, people in the comment section, or whether I premiere this, I'm probably going to premiere this. I think it's going to be interesting to premiere this. Before everyone jumps on me, look, I get it. We're going to talk about this. This is why I've got Ryan here. We'll talk about pros, cons, whether it's a good idea or not to get Cristiano Ronaldo. I presume majority of you guys will say it's not. And I know I'm laughing and I'm smiling. Look, I'm not going to hide my feelings. I'm 37, right? And I grew up watching this guy in my late teens, early 20s, moving on to my late 20s. Like this guy, I saw what he did in Man United, but more importantly and more crazily, more dangerously, what he did in Real Madrid, the kind of caliber of goals he scored. And then post that in Juventus. I mean, people that lived through that moment, even though he was a Man United player, but obviously longer in Real Madrid, a lot of those people will not be able to deny the fact that you would like to see Cristiano Ronaldo play for your club. Like, I'm not going to sit here and lie. I think it's mostly to do with sentimental. It's mostly to do with vibes. It's mostly to do with just the excitement, the euphoria, the nostalgia. I don't think there's too much logic around it. If you tactically think about it, there's not too much logic around it. But before we get into all of that,
someone said tactics.
Top
4 tactics. Sorry.
Top 4
Someone
tactics.
call my name, my last name. My first name is Top. Middle name 4.
Middle name 4. Last name Tactics.
Last
Mr.
name
Tactics. Mr. Tactics.
Yeah. Mine is
Ryan,
me.
before we get into the conversation of this, let's just have a look at the couple of clips that Piers Morgan has shared so we can get a bit of a feel as to what's going on for all the people that are probably waking up early morning in UK and sort of in the afternoon in the Asian regions. It'll be interesting for them to see what has transpired. So let's do that without further ado. So first of all, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first clip that Piers Morgan. This is going to be a blockbuster interview whenever they drop. I think it's a 2-part interview. The timing, we'll talk about it. Ryan has already mentioned off air. But before that, let's have a look at this clip.
They're trying to force you out. Yes, not only the coach, but the other 2 or 3 guys there around the club.
At the senior executive level.
Yes, that I felt betrayed.
And you think they're trying to get rid of you?
Honestly, I shouldn't say that. I don't know. But listen, I don't care. People should listen the truth. Yes, I feel betrayed. And I felt that some people that don't want me here, not only this year, but last year too.
Wow, incredible. Let's have a look at the second clip before we get into it.
I don't know what's going on, but since the Sir Alex Ferguson left, I saw not evolution in the club. The progress was zero. For example, you have an interesting point that how the club as Manchester United after suck um, Ole,
Not suck. Sack.
they bring sport directive Ralph Ragnick, which is something that nobody understands. This guy is not even a coach. A bigger club like Manchester United bring sport directive. Surprise not only me but all the world. You know, nothing changed. Surprisingly, not only the pool, the jacuzzi, even the gym, even some points the technology, the kitchen, the chefs, which is I appreciate, lovely persons. They stop in a time which is it surprised me a lot. I thought I will see different things, different, as I mentioned before, technology, infrastructure, but unfortunately, we see many things that I'm used to see when I was 20, 21, 23. So surprised me a lot.
Ryan, talk to me about your initial feelings, thought, how you feel watching this news.
I can't believe this sucked Ollie. You know what I mean? I can't. Yeah, I mean, he couldn't believe it. I can't believe it either. But no, honestly, the things he's saying is things we know. But for him to
Mm.
come out and say it on an interview like that, live,
Wow.
shot, and you could see the hurt in his face. Like it's something he
Yeah.
isn't robotic. You can see pain behind this guy's eyes. Like he's hurt because you know why? Every single day for the past 3, 4 months, he has to
Mm.
go and read headlines about him, read news
True.
about him, while he couldn't say one thing to defend himself. Until I believe that was the last straw. The last straw, he's had enough, and now he's come out here with Piers Morgan, who I believe all those tweets protecting Ronaldo is because Piers wanted this interview, bro. He
Interview
wanted
badly.
this,
But you know
and he
what,
got
Ryan? You're
it.
right.
Fair play.
He's been battered, right? He's been
Yeah.
battered in the media, left, right, and center.
And people would say, oh, unprofessional to respond like this, but I mean, this guy has to hear his name and has have his mom and family be affected by false news about him every single day. His children,
Mm.
his wife, everything like that, you know. So I I support Ronaldo and I also support Chelsea. So bring this guy in, my striker. No, oh, no.
That-
Wait. What about you, though? What do you think? What do you think about
Look,
this?
it's perfect. It's perfect that
It's
we can
perfect.
segue into
Smile.
this. No, it's perfect that we can segue into this now. Obviously, we've seen the bombshell of a news, and as I said, the whole picture will come out. I don't know exactly when, but apparently it's a two-part series. Now, the Chelsea fan base, ladies and gentlemen, are getting very worried that they think this guy is probably going to come in January. Todd Bowley. Okay, let's put all the evidence out first before we make our judgment and what we think or not. Todd Bowley, it's clear as day. Like it's open secret. He's not hid from this. He wanted Cristiano Ronaldo badly last summer. One of the big reasons, apparently, the fallout between him and Thomas Tuchel is Thomas Tuchel categorically said, "No, I don't want Cristiano Ronaldo. It's not happening." And that was probably
Boo.
boo,
Tuchel. I want to get
boo,
fired, bro.
boo, Tuchel. And that's probably been one of the catalysts of getting Thomas Tuchel out, along with many other stuff, right? One of the biggest things why Todd Bowley wanted Cristiano Ronaldo is not necessarily the tactical side of things. I don't think Tom Bowley understand that side of the game. In fact, there's a lot that Todd Bowley needs to understand about football and transfer markets and running a club and whatnot. Tactics is definitely not something that comes natural to them at the moment, but it's the financial, the business side, the hype, the global presence that Cristiano Ronaldo has, which I think, Topoli has made it very, very evident when he's taken over Chelsea Football Club, saying that he wants Chelsea to be a global brand. What better way to make it an even more of a global brand with a player like Cristiano Ronaldo? I believe he's got, I don't know whether this is correct or not, he's got more followers than some club, like top clubs in Instagram. Like that's the reach that Cristiano Ronaldo has. Now, my view, as Ryan was saying, and as you guys were saying, look, in the summer, I probably would have taken Cristiano Ronaldo. The way I look at it is life, your performance, the way you handle things, the way, your attitude, it has a lot to do with what's surrounding you. Cristiano Ronaldo is at a place which is very toxic for him. Him not performing this season, these guys are human beings, man. These guys are human beings. And I know he's aging as well. And of course, he's not going to be pressing. He's not going to be able to do a lot of things that he was probably able to do back then. But he's not as bad as what we've seen so far this season. That, for me, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, Cristiano Ronaldo is finished. No way. You can't be that fit the way Cristiano Ronaldo is. He's fitter than some youngsters out there. For him to all of a sudden diminish as a footballer, it wasn't even not that long ago where he was still Serie A top scorer, like along with Romelu Lukaku. He was Man United's player of the season last season in a diabolical Man United team and a diabolical Man United season. So for me, I don't think the Ronaldo that we're seeing is the Ronaldo that is right now. Having said all of that, right now, I don't think he's the right guy for us. I really don't think he's the right guy for us anymore. In the summer, if we hadn't gone for Aubameyang, and I didn't even know whether we were going to get a new manager or not. I thought it was still going to be Thomas Tuchel. And I thought my thought process around getting Ronaldo was, we lack goals. And I was at that moment, early summer, I was under the impression that people were talking about, but Miz, we don't have creators. I was more thinking, well, people like Kai Havertz, Mason Mount, Kovacic, XYZ, all of the other players, they got to step up and create. They got to step up and deliver the ball in the box for Cristiano Ronaldo. The way I was thinking is, this guy can score goals. Give him the chances, give him the opportunities in the box, and he will take care of things. There are different ways of playing football. I think us as a fan base, or the majority of the fans across the world in this modern day, they think there is just the one way of playing football now, which is high press, intensity, and go and win the ball high up and try and create. That's one way of playing football. That's not the only way of playing football. Like, Ryan and I have done several videos showcasing why Romelu Lukaku was doing well in Serie A. He's not doing well now. That's a different story. But the season when Inter Milan was winning stuff. So that was the ideology that was going behind my brain at that time, that this guy, if all the other facets sort of click into gears, and now we can look back, and hindsight is a great mechanism to look at things, right? Now we can say, oh, well, we don't have creators. We need other things. We need a right-sided player. We need a midfielder, so on and so forth. And that's why I'd probably say right now, someone like Cristiano Ronaldo, what benefit does it give us in January? Because this is it for him in Man United. It's over. It's game over for him and Man United. Like, there is no way he's going to be able to go back. The stuff that he said about the manager, the stuff he said about the club, no evolution. There's no way. So him coming to Chelsea, there's no benefit at the moment, to be honest, besides the global brand, besides the fact that there's going to be a lot of sales and whatnot in terms of merchandise. But he can't play Champions League for us. He's already featured in Europe. And we're 9th, 8th in the Premier League. Man United's actually above us. So from that perspective, once again, I think we need a fresh new rebuild. So Ryan, that's how I think, bro. Now tell me your side of the story.
Let's just put 7 minutes of video in so he doesn't get slated by everybody. When deep down inside, my brother wants Cristiano Ronaldo.
I've
Man,
always
man
wanted a
putting in all
Chelsea
his
jersey
bullet
with
points.
CR7.
So when he's defending himself on Twitter and the comments, he could refer back to his video with all the things, all the bullet
Bro,
points he had.
but people can be ruthless, man. I gotta
Yeah,
protect
I know.
myself.
I mean, look at
Abuse
me.
is tough.
Look at me. I don't even have a name. I'm top 4 tactics now. After the Mount clan, this dissipated me. Like, anyways, so yeah, I disagree with you.
Oh wow. Wow. Yes.
You see, this is my speaking. I just get very tuned into this video now. Controversial first line, but what I think is, bro, I think, listen, Cristiano Ronaldo in with our current personnel in attack makes no sense. It would be probably of the equivalence of him being at Man United right now.
True.
Because
True.
listen, Ronaldo isn't going to be happy if his team isn't gelling on top. If his attack isn't gelling, he isn't doing well, the attack isn't doing well, the team isn't doing well, he's not going to be happy, even if it's at Chelsea, if it's at PSG, if it's at Real Madrid. If
Bam.
the attack is not doing it, he would not. I know. One thing I want to say with Ronaldo's age, he already said he wants to play until next Euro Cup, so that's about 2.5 years left. He wants
Wow,
to
has he
play.
already mentioned that he wants to play
Yeah,
till the next Euros?
yes, he said he wants to play to the next Euros.
Wow.
So, yeah, so that means that if we get in Ronaldo, I don't want to think about, yes, quick fix. I want to think about, okay, can Ronaldo be introduced to our project, right? Because no matter what, we need to get top 4, Ronaldo or no Ronaldo. We want top 4.
Yeah.
But after this half year finish, for the next 2 years, can Graham Potter and Todd Bowley sit down and say, could Cristiano be a part of this next 2-year project? Because everybody, when they hear the word project, they always think 5-year project, 3-year project. But listen, the third year, the project wouldn't work in the third year if the first 2 years isn't there. For years, we are talking about 3-year projects, but our first and second year hasn't happened since 2018. So when is the third year going to
That's
come?
so bad.
But it's true.
It's
Just
true.
on reaching the fifth
It's
year,
true.
but our first and second year hasn't happened for the third year to happen. In our third year
Yeah.
projects, I'm done with all these projects and stuff like it's
And,
school,
and
right?
we keep restarting the project.
Restarting
We
the
go through the
project.
first 2 years and it's bad, and then we restart again.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is, okay, I'm thinking about the links we have, right? And Kunku, Rafael Leao,
Yeah.
and the Zacharian kid. And we already have Raheem Sterling,
Trossard as well from Brighton.
Trossard, right? But let me stick to my Rafael Leao, man. Don't kill me here. Let me have my hope, right? Jeez, man. Man just said Trossard. Bro. I want Rafael Leao, bro. So
Don't
Rafael Leao
disrespect
and
Trossard,
Kunku.
bro. Come on.
Because I made a comment on our Wednesday's watch along joking about Lukaku coming back to Chelsea. And it's not because I want Lukaku to come back to Chelsea. I just think that if you have specialist wingers on your team, the best way to get the best out of your wingers is to have a striker to feed those deliveries into or feed those balls into. You know what I mean? And I think that I wanted a person like a Lukaku that could have that presence in the box, that aerial presence, that one-touch presence, that shooting presence in that box where the wingers can get the most. Well, Rafael Leao does best with Giroud and Zlatan. Vinicius
Correct.
does best with Benzema. You know what I mean? I think Sterling does best with like a Harry Kane and stuff too. I think
Yeah,
with
for
our
England, yeah.
wingers, we would need to have a certain striker of that tactical presence. And I
Yes.
think that in Ronaldo's stage, I think his first touch and close touch play is better than Lukaku. I think it is back toward goal, he's better than Lukaku. I think his
Yes.
finishing is better than Lukaku. I think he's still pretty quick for his age. He's pretty quick. He's quicker than a lot of strikers.
Yeah.
I think that he does a lot of the parts of the game good. And I think with confidence and being happy that he could get that extra step again and he could do really, really well. right? I
Mm.
think that listen, I don't want Cristiano to join our current project.
Mm.
Because our current project is, I don't want to say bad words, my dad might be watching, but it's not good,
Mm.
right?
A lot of fans will tell you, Ryan, they don't know what the current project is.
Yeah, so it's not good. But I don't mind Ronaldo being a huge piece of the puzzle for the project that Bowley wants to start building in January, because he already had those rumors about Vadio, Rafael Leao, and Kunku,
Mm.
this Russian kid. So and they already have Sterling. Fofana is to come back into the team. We're thinking about new midfielders. Trossard, he said. That sounds like a good
Mm-hmm.
project. And I think
Mm.
that tactically Ronaldo fits that. I would accept Ronaldo into that project. But the other pieces have to be happening too. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But I
Mm.
think that Ronaldo or no Ronaldo, we need to find a way to get results and get top four. Because if we don't make top four, it's gonna be this whole saga. Ronaldo wants to leave, he wants to play Champions League football, this, that, and this. We need after this half year, we need our next 2 years to we want to compete for titles, man. I always like that video where Tuchel said, and it's probably a good segue for our other video coming out today too. But Tuchel said,
Correct.
I don't know about winning in 3 years' time. I don't know what will happen in 3 years or 2 years or 1 year. The time to win is now.
Now, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that tactically it makes sense if Ronaldo joins a successful project. And but not only that, strikers like Ronaldo too. I would be open arms to have strikers like of that tactical profile, because I just would love a Leao or somebody having that edge, feeding our strikers, man.
I mean, Ryan, as you said, we won't take up too much of the time on this. We've got another video that we want to record as well. But to finish things off, a couple of things that I want to ask you, and then I want to provide my
Yeah.
thoughts on it as well. Is one, Graham Potter, has he going to be? You heard the way Ronaldo talked about Ralph Rangnick. A
Yeah, man, say that director.
sporting director. Like he's got no respect for
Yeah,
for someone like
jeez.
Ralph Ragnick, like zero respect. And apparently, this interview will showcase that he's got zero respect for Eric Ten Hag as well. But that's for other reasons. Apparently, Ten Hag doesn't have respect for him. This, that, the other, and all the personal things that Ronaldo has gone through is apparently one of the reasons. Eric Ten Hag doesn't seem to show any sympathy. How's Graham Potter? Like Graham Potter against Newcastle, 1-0 down, and we failed to bring in Aubameyang. And a lot of the fan base are already a little bit negative towards Aubameyang as well. 33-year-old, apparently lost it, this, that, the other. How does it all fit in, Ryan? If we were to do this, is Potter capable of I mean, this is a gargantuan name. Do you know what I mean? Like Cristiano Ronaldo. Like Cristiano Ronaldo probably didn't even know who Graham Potter was 12 months ago. Do you know what I mean? And now if he does come to Chelsea, he's his manager, and I'm already seeing, whether Graham Potter really trusts Aubameyang or not. Because for me, not utilizing him against Newcastle makes me think, I don't think you completely believe in this guy, because he's the big signing, apparently for Chelsea Football Club, that came in on the last day to solve our scoring issues. A match against Newcastle, we're losing. Crunch match as well, up against a team that's fighting for top four. You don't use him. I mean, Ryan, can this even actually happen? Like, is there any scope? Like, for me, this is a complete mismatch, which probably won't happen ever.
Yeah, I mean, best way to see it is Potter out. But no, joking.
You're too good, bro. I don't know. The best way to look at this is Potter out.
Now my favorite thing is just making you laugh, bro. That's ways to make you laugh, bro.
Love it, bro.
But
Love it. Thank you, bro.
yeah, no, I think. Listen, Graham Potter, I believe he's a good manager. I know the biggest managers in the world, they don't have the biggest names until they have a big name, right? Tuchel didn't have a big name until he had a big name. A lot of managers didn't. So like I would say that Potter, we need to give him the time. If Tuchel couldn't do it with these players, Potter can't do it with these players either. He needs to just try to get top four. I know you're gonna ask about Ronaldo, a top. Potter's never managed a personality like him before. You know, it's tough, but so has Nasari, and Nasari have dealt with him very good. Thing is, man just has to learn. You know, I mean,
That's a good
I
point,
think
Ryan. Yeah.
that Potter didn't there's some news that he did some communication class or some stuff like that and all these kind of things.
It's a
But
joke
bruv,
that's going around now.
you know what? This guy has communication studies in his portfolio, right? So you know what? I trust him, right? I trust him. I think it's okay, but let me just put a full stop on this now before I go on forever. I'll just say that these things is all hypothetical. You'll never know until you know, right? But all I need to know from Graham Potter, does it make sense to you to get the
Yeah.
best out of the Chelsea team? Yes or no? And if it's yes, well then bring him in. If it's no, well you'll end up like Tuchel and get sacked because this third brother wants Ronaldo under every circumstance, bro. But yeah, that's just it though. In all seriousness, it has to make sense from a project point of view. Has to make sense.
Absolutely well
I'm
said.
done with bottom up approach, like starting from the bottom and then going to the top and then trying to put the pieces together. I want a top down approach. We know what we want to achieve and then we get piece by piece by piece by piece. So if it makes sense from a top down approach, I am all for it.
Absolutely well said, Ryan, man. At the end of the day, it all comes to Graham Potter. I really like how you said that. Look, Graham Potter, pretty much what you sort of gave the vibe was that sooner or later, you're a Chelsea manager, man. You're going to come across players that are high
Yeah.
profile. So
Yeah.
you got to learn how to manage these egos because obviously this isn't Brighton. This is Chelsea Football Club. Big profile players will be here.
I
So
feel like Ten Hag is learning too. Because
Ten
he don't
Hag is
treat a
learning
guy
as
like
well.
Ronaldo like that. Like everybody, all man just have an idea what I'll do when I get these egos. But Lampard said it too. When he first came at Chelsea, he had all these rules and stuff that he particularly wouldn't have again now. But he just learned from them. So it's something that all managers, even Mourinho, I show up to this day, makes man managing mistakes too. So
Yeah.
listen, everybody does. Main thing is get that 3 points on the pitch. Then you can make whatever mistake you want to make. You forget to
Spot
wear
on.
underwear. You could do anything you want, but get that 3 points, right?
Don't forget to wear that underwear, man. Get that 3 points, man. That's what I'm going to remember off the back of this. But yeah, man. At the end of the day, Graham Potter, if you think, as Ryan said, makes sense, bring him in. If it don't make sense, and I really liked how a long-term project needs to have short-term goals as well, and short-term could mean certain individuals coming in and helping out. Now,
Yeah.
that's I'm just getting people's mindset a little bit broader. And once again, in the comments, don't abuse. I'm not advocating let's get him in. I'm just saying think broad, think broad.
Can't
It may
abuse.
not be the
Can't abuse
greatest
Miz.
idea.
I see these new thumbnails Miz is doing. It looks fantastic. So you can't abuse him. Actually, you should just drop a like now. Because that effort, Miz edits all his thumbnails on his own.
That's
So
right. That's right.
you know what? No, I actually just saw your new thumbnail and it was really nice. The new one you have. With you and your white
Thank you.
jersey and stuff like that. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Let us know everything, how you feel about all these crazy stuff that's going around Cristiano Ronaldo. Would you even entertain, him at Chelsea Football Club? If yes, why? If no, why as well? And comment on anything that you either agree, disagree on this particular show that I've done with Ryan. And smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe and hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. 18,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. And follow Ryan on Twitter at Top4Tactics. Until next time. See ya.